Well, a lot of people are under the impression that it's a title that sort of accumulated through the war years, but it really started right at the beginning, 1939, when the first batch of boys went to France, the British Expeditionary Forces, and a newspaper at that time thought that they would keep the boys occupied, and they ran a competition and said, well, we want to know your favourite singer. Well, at that time, I had been broadcasting for a few years with Charlie Coons and Ambrose, so I had a little bit of a name. But on this list, it was astonishing. You know, there was Sinatra, Crosby, Garland, and all the big American singers, and a few English singers. And to my surprise, I won the competition. So, of course, this was the headlines. Oh, this is the sweetheart of the forces, you see, and it just stuck to me all through the years.
Did the wives and real sweethearts ever get jealous?
Not at all, no. You know, it was strange, but because they accepted me as being the messenger. I delivered the words that they would have liked to have said to their loved ones that were away, but couldn't, you see, so I sang it in song. There was only just on one occasion that I had rather an irate lady phone me.
What was that about?
Well, we were at the Coliseum with Ambrose, and I had this phone call from this woman saying, "You've stolen my husband. What have you done with my husband?" So I said, "I don't know. What do you mean?" She said, "Well, I found your photograph in his pocket." I said, "Well, that's one of thousands." I said, "And I haven't got all the help."
British singer Vera Lynn, whose touching ballads helped sustain the spirits of Britons during World War II, died today, according to a statement from the Dame Vera Lynn Children's Charity. She was 103 years old. Lynn rose to fame in the late 1930s and early 40s with songs like We'll Meet Again, released in 1939, and There'll Be Bluebirds Over the White Cliffs of Dover, from 1941. She became known as the Force's sweetheart due to her BBC radio program, Sincerely Yours, presented in the form of a letter to the soldiers on the front lines. The show ran on Sundays after the nightly news. She once reportedly joked that Winston Churchill was my opening act. In 1944, Lynn traveled to Egypt, India and Myanmar to entertain British troops. The British comedian Harry Secombe said, "Churchill didn't beat the Nazis. Vera sang them to death." She remained popular after the end of the war, releasing music, appearing in films and performing around the world. In 1952, she became the first British singer to hit #1 on the US charts with Off Wheaterson's Sweetheart. Later in life, she became involved in charitable work, especially on behalf of veterans. In 2009, long after her retirement from singing, she became the oldest living artist to reach the top 20 of the UK's official albums chart with the collection Vera Lynn, National Treasure, at the age of 93.